Yes, I'll start again. This is meeting 3 of the Feel Better Club. Welcome. My name is Gina from Gina Dallison Coaching. And today we're going to have a look at fear and anxiety and how that affects our body. And I'm going to share with you a technique that you can practice, you can learn. So I'm recording this so you can go back and look at it again and again, learn it, just learn it so you've got it in your toolbox. Because it's all very well to have tools in your toolbox that can work in the moment. Or has anyone ever been on one of those, been in one of those things where you see a demonstration of a tool, a kitchen tool, which works amazingly well? You buy it and then you can't actually use it in the way that they did. Or is that just me? I've done that on several occasions. So this is about having tools in our toolbox that we do know how to use. And we also know which tool to bring out to which eventuality. So today I would invite you to think about something that you're finding stressful at the moment. Maybe something that it's been traumatic, that you're ruminating on, something that's going on inside you that you're not feeling good about, you're feeling anxious and upset and in pain about. And I invite you to think about where you are on a scale of how much anxiety and upset you feel about this. 10 being the top end of the scale, it's horrendous, and 0 being the bottom end of the scale, it's cool, I feel nothing. So just notice where you're feeling around that subject right now. And I'm going to take in my subject of tech, and it's not working because it's here right in my face. And the frustration, if I allow the frustration to be in there, I think is around a 7. Okay, so now I'm going to teach you a bit of a technique. So with regards into what I've just asked you to think about, give it a bit of a shake out. We don't want that thing on our mind anymore. And I'm going to invite you to clear your mind as much as you can. And we'll do that by a couple of deep breaths and just focusing on your breath. A big breath in. And then when you breathe out, just bring your focus to the breath and how it's feeling in your body. And another big deep breath in. And then we're breathing out. Now, the technique itself, it is about touch and it's about eye movement. So if you sit comfortably, your back straight, and put your hands crisscross across your chest, like this. And we're just doing a rub down like this. That's all we're doing. So it's very simple. Everybody can do it. Just gently and firmly rub down. And as you're doing that, I invite you to close your eyes and imagine that you are on a beach and you are walking on a beach and you can feel the sand on your toes. You can maybe hear the birds. You can hear the waves. It's warm. It's a beautiful beach. And as you're walking along the beach, every step that you take, we're going to count out loud until 20. So every step, we've got 1. Keep rubbing your arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then keep rubbing your arms from the top to the bottom and open your eyes. And then moving your eyeballs, not your head, just your eyeballs from the right to the left. So look to the right, and then look to the left. So you're moving them in a lateral direction, just straight across to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. Now close your eyes again And this time, I invite you to imagine you're walking in a beautiful garden. It has lovely flowers and the scents of the flowers and the trees. And the grass is nice and cut nice and short, and it feels lovely on your bare feet. So as you walk through this garden, again, I invite you to count out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then gently open your eyes. And again, we're going to use the lateral movements of the eyeballs to the right, to the left, 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 to the right, to the left. Then gently close your eyes again. And this time, you're at the top of a beautiful staircase. And you're going to go down each step, counting all the steps down to 20. And you'll keep moving your arms or your hands up or down your arms, moving down your arms. So the first step of the staircase, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now gently open your eyes, move your eyes to the right, to the left, 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 to the right, to the left. Okay, and now take your hands and just gently rub your hands together. And take some nice big deep breaths in. And that is the havening technique. Just sit in it a moment and notice how your body feels, where your head is at. Has it made you feel any different? And if you think about the subject that we thought about at the beginning, that subject that might have been stressing you out or causing you anxiety, how does that feel on the scale now? Mine was a 7. I think now it's probably about a 3. There is still a little bit of frustration there if I go look for it, but it feels, yeah, it just feel in a more calming space. So this took, what did it take us? It took about 15 minutes, it took about 10, 15 minutes. But I think what this process gives maybe over meditation or just trying to blank your mind is it takes you through a visualization as well as giving yourself some tactileness. So the touching of the arms is a real soothing soothing touch, I guess. If you were soothing a child, you'd probably hold their arms and give them a soothingness. So there's something soothing about this, and the touch on the hands as well, to give yourself some love and compassion, I think, when things feel like they're going wrong. Well, that's certainly what I've taken from it. Like I said, it's quite a new technique for me. I'm learning it or practicing it more just when things I get a bit agitated. Take myself through that. It calms you down. It calms your nervous system down and takes you out of that fight or flight. And when we're out of that fight or flight, then we're better able to make decisions. We're better able to move forward with a smile on our face. So if there's any questions or anything around the Havening technique, let me know and I will do my best to answer them. Like I said, I'm not a practitioner of it. I haven't been trained with certification or anything like that, but it is, yeah, it's something that is in my toolbox. So I wanted to share it with you. And then just go back over some of the techniques that we did over the last few weeks, because this whole idea of feeling better because we can takes practice, and it takes a bit of dedication, and sometimes we forget because real life gets in the way and we don't necessarily have time to do all these practices that we put in our toolbox. So if you remember back to our first week, we talked about a gratitude practice. So every morning or every evening, actually writing down 10 things that you're feeling grateful for right now, or that you're grateful for today. And as I'm saying that to you, I realize I haven't practiced that quite as well as I could have practiced that. So something always drops out. I bring in new practices and old ones drop out. But I think the gratitude practice is something that's worthwhile tapping back into. You don't have to do 10 things, but 10 things is a nice number to get your mind thinking of the things that you're grateful for right now. So as I sit here now, I'm going to come up with three. So if you can come up with three things that you're grateful for right now. I'm grateful that the tech got you guys on here anyway. So I'm definitely grateful for you people being on here with me and sharing this stuff. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I am grateful for the amazing salad that I've just eaten, because I've been growing sprouts, and sprouts are, yes, have a lot of nutritional benefits. So I'm very grateful for my super sprouting salad, topped with a bit of linseed oil, which is also meant to be very good for your, yeah, all the nutritional parts of it. So it's a very nutritional meal. So I'm thanking myself for preparing that and just enjoying it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And my third thing that I'm grateful for right now is I'm grateful for having just come back from a weekend away with some amazing friends, and we've been sharing some modalities. I did a talk there, other people did talks there. The weather wasn't as good as it could be, but what we all did really well, we all really embraced the moment and made the best of everything that that was there, and there was a lot of beautifulness there. And I think that's, so something like a festival. Last year when I attended this festival, the weather was so hot, we were struggling with getting in the shade because it was really, really hot. And this time it wasn't quite the same. We had wind and we had rain, we had a few thunderstorms, we had some amazing rainbows, but it's just taking the best out of everything and just accepting things the way they are is a practice. It is a practice, and the more we can practice it, I think the more we can be grateful for whatever the moment is bringing to us. And if the moment is bringing to me I've got to look at my tech a little bit more than I wanted to, then I'm going to have to accept that as well, and assume that actually it will lead me on a little journey of of learning and be grateful for that. So even be grateful for the things that you don't want to be grateful for, or you don't feel, doesn't feel good in the moment, doesn't feel like that was the outcome that you wanted. If the outcome doesn't turn out the way you want it, it's then practicing assuming that something better is out there, and we need to, well, it would be helpful if we explored down another avenue without that feeling of frustration and anxiety. So that's what I'm taking from this little journey at the moment. Three my three bits of gratitude, and if you're here with me, if you found three things that you're grateful for right now? Excellent. And the other exercise that I shared with you last meeting was the idea of taking yourself to a future place in your movie. So assuming that your life is a movie of your life, and right now you're in the middle of it, and you're going to energetically or use your imagination to take yourself forward a few scenes or a few acts, and assume that whatever goal or whatever struggle that you're struggling with at the moment has been solved, and everything has worked out just as you would like it. So have a think about what that future scene may look like. Of course, you can have more than one future scene, but have a play around with what your ideal future scene would look like. And with the problem that you're wanting to solve having been solved, you don't need to work out how it's been solved or solved or what's happened, because you're just literally jumping straight to that scene and then imagining that you're rehearsing just that scene. So you're now the actor of your future self, and you are going to become that person and act out in that scene. So, for example, one of my potential scenes is the when I realized that actually my legs are working again, and I realized that actually I don't need my sticks, and I'm just walking on my own without sticks. And I'm not just walking, I've got Sophie with me, and we're running because I've got a little pond that I walk around, and I do walk around it, but at the moment I've got two sticks and it's a bit of an effort. But in my future state where I'm going to energetically get into that place of it's happening now, and I've got to become that person. And the better that I can act out that role in that future scene, the more money, say, the movie of our life will bring in. So it's my job to become the best actress that I can and imagine myself in that body. Imagine myself running around the pound, shouting out, doing my little Facebook live when I'm jumping up and down, and imagining how that feels. And it's the feeling that we want to bring into that future state, and it's the feeling that we want to capture in as much as we can. It's not about what might happen and what won't happen. It's about getting ourselves feeling like we're healthy, feeling like we're wealthy, feeling like we've got it all sorted, feeling like we're living in that beautiful house. Whatever it is that you want for your future, imagine what it feels like, and then take some time each day to feel into that space. And sometimes you don't want to, you get resistance coming up, or this is certainly my experience. And sometimes it feels really hard to get into that space because, yeah, you're here in this space, and this space doesn't feel quite as vibrant and fun and energetic. But if you can just take yourself, even if it's just for a couple of seconds, and practice doing that each day, then energetically you will move your compass needle a little bit towards where you want to be going, as opposed to where you currently are. That's certainly what I believe anyway. And that belief is making me feel better. So one of the other things that is worth thinking about is what you believe about your situation at the moment, if there's something that you're not happy with, what do you believe about it? And what does that thought make you feel? So looking at my healing journey, for an example, if I believe that it's not possible to get better, then energetically that doesn't move me forward towards my running around the pond with it's just not getting me there. So recognizing that actually I can heal myself, as opposed to I'm never going to get better. Which one's right? The one that we move our movie towards, the one that we move our needle towards. So every time you have a thought or a feeling, or you just notice that little bit of tension or anxiety in your body, recognize that there's a thought that comes with that. And this takes practice. It takes practice, which is what all these sessions are about. It's just reminding us that actually we can shift our energetic compass needle. It just takes a bit of practice. It takes a bit of dedication, but there's no side effects to doing this stuff. It's not like taking a pill and hoping that it will work with some side effects. There aren't any side effects or negative side effects to this sort of practice, other than you will feel better. Once you start feeling better, then the world becomes a better place. So that is my reiterations of what we've done so far. And I think it's worth reiterating, not only to share with you, but also for myself, because it's one thing having tools in your toolbox, but if we never use them, it just ends up being a very heavy toolbox. So I invite you to use your tool. Use the gratitude list, use your future scene, your screen test, taking yourself to your future self, and then the havening technique, which can just soothe you in a moment. So if you're feeling really bad in a moment, remember you've got this. Even if you just don't go through the whole technique, even just to go take yourself through one visualization, whatever your favorite one was. Maybe it was the garden, and just walk yourself through the garden, count to 20, and then remember to do the sidewards of your eyes, moving side to side, right to left, and soothe yourself with some gentle, calming cuddles, really. So, is there any questions? Are there any shares? Anything anybody would like to? I don't know if I've got anybody in Facebook. Let me just have a little look. Oh, I didn't go live. Oh no. Oh well. Oh my goodness. Well, that's another one of the techniques, isn't it? You just gotta laugh. You've just gotta laugh. Oh my goodness.